Welcome back, traders, and it is Monday, and the time is around about 20 past 4 in the afternoon, and I just want to run you through my thought process, logic, and kind of setup for tonight's trade. There's a definite sort of pattern to it that I run with every day, so I'll just walk you through that. The very first thing to do is to check the economic calendar. So I'm going to pull up my browser here, and what we're looking at here is a website called babypips.com, and if you have a look at the options along the top, you'll see a calendar option here. You click that and you'll get the economic calendar. Now what I like to do is there's a lot of announcements coming up, but nothing really till Wednesday, it would appear. What I like to do on a daily basis, if I just click on today and I just have a look at these filters, I'm only interested in the US dollar and the euro, and I'm only interested in high impact news. So if you turn on those filters, you'll see that today and tomorrow there are no events that we need to be bothered about. So that's the first thing to check. Coming back to the chart, let's just have a look at that. The trading view running here. What I like to do is just check out what the price action is doing towards the end of the afternoon, about now. You can see that we have opened here. The market makers have run the price up. They might have been there might have been some pending orders up here that they snatched and then reversed and liquidated those pending orders. But it looks to me like they've run the price up, now they're running the price down. And what I like to do is I just like to get my drawing tool. Let's just have a look at this. Just a simple rectangle, and I put a rectangle around the Tokyo session and just drag it out a bit. So I've just done that. So what we're looking at here is effectively the initial high of the day, the initial low of the day, and I would expect it to go one way or the other. But given that the market makers have pulled the price down, they're now waiting for a whole bunch of sellers to join the party. I would expect that what they will do is they'll run the price down further. There will be a W pattern, and then they will reverse the market, liquidate all of those sellers, and book a big profit. And that's what we want to do. We want to look out for this W pattern. And it's not always easy to see. Some things which can make it easier is to turn the candles into lines, and you'll see that, you know, these W patterns show up a little bit easier. Another thing to do is to reduce the time frame down to say 5 minutes, and you'll get a much more of a sniper's view of the world, with sort of more resolution. What are we doing here? 5 minutes. Why is that not changing? Let's just go back again. 5 minutes. We're waiting on trading view to update. There we go. So yes, sometimes it's easy to see an M pattern, for example, when you have a higher resolution. Sometimes it's easy to see the W patterns when you have a smaller time frame. So that's what I kind of do. I'll just go back to a 15-minute chart. We'll go back to candles. And as I say, what I'm expecting is that the market makers will look to accrue some more sellers. They'll possibly entice them a bit more with a further reduction in price. Then they're going to reverse the market, liquidate them all, and book a massive profit. And that's where we're going to get in, is when they turn. Another good indicator to use is the TDI at the bottom of the screen. You can see now we're sort of trading around the middle, and we don't diddle in the middle. We want to trade from the extreme highs and the extreme lows. So anytime the green line pushes outside the blue line in the top band or the bottom band, that's a good signal that we have a reversal that is imminent. So that's my thoughts at 4:23. Here we go, 4:23 in the afternoon on a Monday. We're looking at Monday the 14th of July, and this is all happening in real time. So I'm going to record this, and then I'll come back with where I'm at when the London session opens. Sometimes they will move the market or reverse the market before the session opens. Sometimes it's after the session opens. They vary the times so that the traders don't kind of pick up on when they're going to move. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'll be back a bit later, and we're hoping for a good trade tonight. Are you checking out my hemp hat here? Yeah, it's a goodie, isn't it? All right, we'll catch you later. Cheers. Hi traders, I'm back, and it's 5:45 on Monday evening, and just been watching the charts, and I think I'm ready to place my trade. So let's go to the charts here, and I'll walk you through that. You can see on the 5-minute chart that the price has now bounced outside that bottom volatility band, and if you have a look on the 15-minute chart, you can see that we've pushed well below that box that I drew. We're kind of nearing this is the lowest price of the day here. So we're in this zone. I think what's happened is that the banks have, they've run the market down to entice all of these sellers here. And they are going to, a reversal is absolutely imminent. And they will liquidate these sellers and go on a buying spree. So I think what we're going to see here is we're going to see a bit of this, and then they will push up. The reason that they won't go below this level is that these traders, if they're starting to freak out, if they sense a reversal is on the cards, if the market makers move the price below this level, it effectively releases them. They can close their trades, and it releases the money back to their accounts. And the market makers don't want that. They want to liquidate them and move the money from their accounts to their accounts. So I'm going to get in, I'm going to place a buy trade now. So I'm going to trade in the opposite direction. So I click this buy button here. Before I do that, I'm just going to show you how I calculate the size of my trade today. So if I go to Baby Pips here again, I'm just going to come to the browser now. So we're looking at babypips.com, and we're looking at a thing called the position size calculator. And this is my current account balance, $2,221.45. I want to risk 2%. I always run with a 20 pip stop loss, and I'm obviously trading the Euro USD, and it's calculated that I can risk $44.43 US, and that I should trade 0.222 standard lots. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go back to trading view, and I'll show you how to place the trade. I'm going to hit the buy button here. I'm going to, in the lots, I'm going to put 0.222 or 0.22 with the stop loss of 20 pips, and I'll take a profit of 30 pips. Okay, and then it's just simply a matter of, you can see I'm risking 1.98% at the current price. I click buy, and it's going to put what we call a bracketed trade onto the platform. So minus $2.64 US dollars here is the current price effectively. Here is my stop loss. If we reach this minus 44, I'm out. If we make the 30 pip take profit, I'm going to make $66 US, which is about $100 New Zealand. So that's the trade. You can see we're slightly behind the 8 ball here with a minus $2.40 or whatever it is. The reason for that is the current spread is 1.2 pips, and I've got to make that up. That's actually how the broker makes their money. But you can see we're already going up. We're up $2.20, and we're just going to sit tight, and I'll come back to you with the final result a little bit later. So the trade is on. That's how you do it. That's how you manage your risk. It's how you calculate your position size so you don't overextend yourself. And I will be back to you later this evening with the result. And you can see how I'm trading in the opposite direction to the herd. And I'm going to be in line with the big banks that are going to book that big profit when they liquidate those sellers. So that's that. So we'll catch you a bit later. Cheers. Welcome back, traders. We are coming up to 7 p.m, the opening of the London session. And let's just have a quick look at the charts and see what's going on. Hope you can all see that. I'll just remove the drawings. Let's just get rid of those. Yeah, so as you can see, the market opened, went to an initial low of the day here, got pushed up to this initial high of the day. Then the market makers sold off here with these massive red candles. That was to entice and induce the retail market to sell. And after some further consolidation, they've moved the market down again. You can see on the bottom indicator, the TDI, that we've just snuck out below the bottom volatility band, and that is a definite signal that we're on for a reversal. So I took an early trade, as you saw in the last video, and I got in prior to them pushing down further, and that's okay. You know, there's plenty of room here with my stop loss. But you know, while we were down at the bottom from the extreme lower edge, I took another buy trade. So so I have two trades in play, hoping that they'll both come off and I'll make $96 US tonight. I've set both take profit targets at 30 pips, and the reason for that is that the Euro US dollar has an average daily range of about 100 pips. And we have three sessions. We have the Tokyo, the London, and the New York, as you can see on the screen. So generally 30 pips, even, you know, with a pretty crappy entry, is highly likely to come off, you know. So that's why I only take the 30 pips on the take profit. As we open into 7 o'clock, I'm expecting some massive moves. What I am expecting is, I think we've formed the low of the day here, and we'll be now trading away from that. Now, normally we would look for a W pattern. We would look for something like this, because that's extra confirmation with the second leg of the W that we're actually going to reverse. But I think in this situation, given where we've pushed down, that we're more than safe enough here. It's really critical, guys, that you have the session times correct, and in the market sessions indicator, I'm going to show you that now. In the inputs, these are the correct times: Tokyo, London, and New York. Please make sure you have those times, because what you want to see on your chart is that when we open the London market at 7 p.m, you want to make sure that it's showing up 7 p.m. down on the bottom of the screen. If it's not, then you're out and your trades are not going to work. So in the next minute, you'll see the London market open, and you have to have these session times correct. The easiest way to double check that is to go into baby pips, and they have a pretty handy tool here. Under tools, you'll see Forex market hours. You click here, You make sure that you have the correct time zone, so Auckland, and then you can drag this back to where the Tokyo market opened, and you'll see that it opened at midday and it's going to close at 9 p.m. You'll see that the London market is going to open at 7 and it's going to close at 4 in the morning, and the New York market's going to open at midnight and it's going to close pretty much at 9 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So that's the 24 hours, the 3 sessions, and these are the real opening and closing times in our local time. So it's quite a good tool. Anyway, I will just come back here to the trading view, and you'll see here that we now have a little London. You'll see we're now going to start painting out a red box from 7 p.m. through to 4 a.m. And this is the session that I trade where the big moves happen, and as I say, I'm expecting the price to race up and for us to close out these 2 profits. So I'll be back to you with the final result a bit later. Keep saying that, don't I? And until then, we just kick back, we relax, and let the market come to us. Okay, we'll catch you soon. Welcome back, traders. Just gone 7:30. The London session has been open for half an hour. Let's have a quick look at the charts, and I hope you can all see that. I'm currently sitting around about coming up to $40 US profit, and the question begs, well, when should you take profits? Normally I just set my take profit target at 30 pips, but you can close a trade anytime you want. I'm thinking I might close these 2 trades now because I kind of want to watch some TV and spend a bit of time with my lovely wife tonight. So we're sitting at almost at $40 US profit. I'm going to close these trades. I'll close this one first. Let's close that. That one's closed. We'll close the second one. Boom. So, in 31 minutes, I've made close to $40 US on a $2,000 account. That's pushing up towards 2% a profit. And the reason I closed out those 2 trades, you can see this light blue line on the chart here. This is the 50 period moving average, and it acts like a bit of a magnet. You'll see that price, will dip below and it will come back, it will meet it, it'll go up above, it'll come back, it'll meet it, and obviously today we've seen this big reversal, and the price is pressed up and met the 50 moving average. I do expect it to go up further, but I don't want to be sitting around looking at this screen for the next several hours. So I've closed these 2 trades, and I've taken a great profit. Pushing up to 2% in a single day is a fantastic result, and the biggest and fastest killer of all traders is a thing called greed. So I'm happy with that. I'm out, and it was a very successful night. So all done and dusted in 30 minutes, and really happy with that. So that's tonight's result. This is where I chose to take my profits tonight. It's a good profit target to take around the 50 period moving average, and that's it for me. I'm going to watch some TV with my wife, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers. Well, welcome back, traders. Just coming up to 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, following my trading on Monday night. Let's just see how that session finished up. So we'll just whip through to the charts here. You can see this dotted line down the left-hand side is where we opened the market yesterday, and the market makers rocketed up. They probably snatched some pending orders up here, liquidated those guys, and then went on a pretty big sell-off. You can see these big red candles. Those are big banks selling off and moving the price. and that is basically to show up on the chart what the retail market want to see. So in this particular case, they're inducing or enticing sellers to come and join the party, and by putting those big, moving the market, putting those big red candles on the chart, they've attracted a lot of sellers. So they've run the price down, then they've set in this accumulation stage, waiting for sellers to join the party, and then they've further pushed down to the bottom here. And in the last video I showed you, I took a buy trade around here, and then I took a further buy trade at the bottom when we basically crossed this bottom volatility band in the bottom indicator, and I sold both positions around the 50 period moving average, made sort of $37 or something. Then I took another very small trade here and got out the top. So I think I made just shy of $40 US yesterday. But you can see in terms of if we measure this out from the bottom to the top, we're looking at 42.3 pips there. My take profit's always around 30 pips. So you can see I had enough wriggle room to basically get in, and both those trades I took, had I not closed them early, would have come off. I would have made 96 US, but I didn't mind taking an early profit. So you can see here we pushed right up, and then the New York session is renowned for its reversals, and this again is the market makers going in the opposite direction. You can see this massive big red candle here. These are big financial institutions selling down, and we're sort of closing out the day almost where we opened in terms of price. So that's what happened yesterday. If I look at my Black Bull Markets trading panel here, my current balance is 2261.43, and if we just quickly look at my 52-week spreadsheet, bearing in mind that account balance, here are my 52-week results. So opening this week, Monday the 14th, with this previous balance, and then closing it at 2261, gave me $39.98 for yesterday, 1.8%, which is a great win. And overall, starting the 6th week, a profit of 10.5%, which is fantastic. And this spreadsheet represents well over 200 trades. My day-by-day win rate is over 70%, and my trade-by-trade win rate is over 70%. So the strategy works, guys, and it works because I'm trading in line with the banks, and I'm trading in the opposite direction to the retail market. And 90% of those guys are going to be losing, on the losing side of their trades, and the banking people are going to be on the winning side. So overall, very happy with that result. So those were the results for the day yesterday. Very pleased with that, and I'll be back with a further video. In the next video, I'll be looking at a sell trade, which is the same as the buy trade, just in complete reversal. And until then, we'll catch you later. Have a great day, a great week, and my next video will be out on Saturday. Cheers.